Hi, so today we're going to be talking about a search engine called Ecosia, which basically uses its ad revenue to fund reforestation efforts globally. So I will hand it over to our lovely volunteer to take it away.
This search engine is that it uses its profits to actually plant trees, which is obviously a really great social cause. And it's something that you can help out with very little effort and without changing much of your routine. So the Ecosia team plants trees wherever they're needed. So far they've planted in places like South America, Africa, and even in Asia, and they work to help have their trees benefit people, the environment, and local economies. So some examples just before we get into it: in Uganda they created a habitat for chimpanzees. In Burkina Faso they stopped the desert from moving south, and in Peru they are restoring water supplies and soil fertility, and they are providing more dependable, diverse, and plentiful harvests to small farmers around the world. Um, and another cool thing about Ecosia is that other than trees, they also value better internet. And so they're completely transparent with their spending, so you can actually see how they spent their money each month. And they are more than carbon dioxide neutral because um, not only do your searches plant trees, but they help to remove CO2 from the atmosphere. And they are very privacy friendly as well, which I know is very important to many of you. So none of your data will be sold or given to anyone, and all your searches are anonymous. So going on to how it works. So basically, on this home screen I have here, um, you can just access this site by typing in ecosia.org. And basically, we have a cool stat here, which is the amount of trees planted by Ecosia users. So it's really crazy. It's like 100 million here. And so when you enter this site, it will have a button here that says add Ecosia to Chrome, so that you don't actually have to come to this website to start searching. So I'm just going to click that. And so it takes us to the Chrome web store. And so then we have this option to add it to Chrome. So I'm going to click that. So you can just obviously read this. Okay, so now basically it's added to Chrome. And so every time you make a search, it's actually going to search it through Ecosia. So like, see how my Google now is basically Ecosia. So if I want to start a new tab though, the interesting thing is that up here, it's gonna search it using Ecosia. So if I search cyber seniors, it's actually gonna be going through Ecosia rather than Google. And so then we have that here. So it looks just like Google. But going back to their site, just more about them. Click here. So basically, one thing that's interesting to note is that on average, you only need about 45 searches to plant a tree. I'm not sure where that says that here, but anyway. So you only need about 45 searches to plant a tree, which is really good because a lot of us may even do that in a day. And obviously users of Ecosia have planted 100 million trees, which is really phenomenal. And also one thing about this site is that you can actually sign in to like save your information. I'm just gonna go back to home. That's weird, it's not coming up right now. Okay, that's not popping up right now, but I'll return to that anyway. But basically a couple stats on this. how it works essentially is you search the web using this search engine, and the ads that are generated, I don't know if you saw when I did the search, there was a bunch of ads that came up. Those search ads are what generates their income, and they spend it on planting trees. So it only takes about 0.8 seconds to plant a tree, and over 15 million users have been involved, and over 12 million euros have been invested, and over 9,000 planting sites have been made. And so that's pretty amazing that just 15 million users planted 100 million trees. And so going to their history, it's basically a social business that was founded in 2009 by a guy named Christian Kroll, and he basically traveled around the world and he learned the problems of deforestation, and obviously he felt that he could do something to change that, and so it's won several awards, as we can see, just for it, about this clever concept and how it's socially conscious. And you can, so basically if you're interested in that, you can see all these stories related to it, like videos, hiring, on this section of their website. And then also if you want to read other stuff about them, you can go to their blog. So basically this just tells like information about like the Ecosia community. So it's like updates and all these types of things if you're really interested in the cause and how you can help. So just to, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just to go over it, you'll go to ecosia.org, and then you'll add it to your Chrome, and then it will just automatically search everything that you type into your Chrome using Ecosia. However, if you wanted to install it on your mobile device, so like a cell phone or something like that, you can go to this link, so Ecosia. And again, this will be all included in the paper that you're going to get. Give me one moment. Okay, there we go. So basically, if you want to get it on your phone, you can go to this site and then put in your phone number, and you can pick your state or country, and it will basically just send a link to your phone, allowing you to download it there, or you can just simply search up Ecosia in your app store and install it from there. So now I'm just gonna do like a couple of random searches, and here we can see how many searches I've actually done. So I unfortunately haven't planted any trees, so I've only done 5 searches. But so let's say if I wanted to look up YouTube, it's like any other thing, search engine, so it works pretty well. And then so let's say you don't want to continue using Ecosia. Basically there's a couple ways you can do it. So one way that you can do it is go to the Chrome web store, and you can go to extensions. And I'm just going to go to and I'm just going to click remove from Chrome. And then you can obviously click why you left. And then if you want to add it back, you can always go to the Chrome web store. But then there's another way actually to remove it, which is what I did before when I was preparing. So you can go to Google Chrome settings, which I actually think you can access here. Okay. And then basically, if you scroll all the way to the bottom to the search engine, if you have Ecosia, I already removed it, so it's not there. But if you did, it would be here, and you would be able to click disable for it, so it would no longer show up. And so now, for example, if I search something up like cyber seniors, it's actually going to be through Google and not through Ecosia. So it's very simple how to uninstall it. Okay, so going back to the presentation, on your mobile phone, the way that you would uninstall this is just by uninstalling the app. So you can click and hold the icon and then uninstall it that way. And just another cool thing about Ecosia is it does have a YouTube channel if you want to check out their journey and like see more of their social impact. So there's that to keep in mind. And then there's one thing I should point out, which is the settings. So on their search engine, much like Google, you can customize your settings. So I can change the language or the search if it's a child using it, and just various things like that. So that is the end of the presentation for today.